Hi everyone, welcome to today's video. Today I'm going to be doing my March update for my Project Pan items. If you haven't watched any of my previous Project Pan videos, I will link that playlist below. This is a 5-pan style rolling project pan, so I'm consistently and continually working on 5 makeup items at a time. And once I finish one of those items or make the progress that I've told myself I'm going to make on it, I can then move that out of the project and pick a new one to roll in. So there are always 5 items going at once. I also don't have a rule stating that, if I were to use up a blush, that I have to roll in another blush. I just kind of go with what I feel after going through and analyzing things in my collection, expiration dates, things I feel like using seasonally, whatever it may be. That's kind of how I decide what to include in this project. So I'm very excited for today's video. I have one new empty, so that will be at the end, and then we will pick another item or a new item to roll in at that point. So without further ado, let's get started. The first item that I have is my Catrice True Skin Concealer. This I rolled in last month. So I've only been panning this for a month. When I rolled it in, it was weighing 30 grams. Since then, I have removed the stopper, so it is getting a little messy, but it is getting pretty empty in there. You can see there's a lot of clear spots around the tube, and it is getting harder to kind of grab product when I dip this in there. So I'm thinking this will have a few more uses until I decide to totally try and scrape out everything in here and put it into a different container to use it easier. But when I re-weighed it this morning, it was weighing 28 grams. So I'm assuming most of that weight loss came from taking out the stopper, but also I have been using this concealer pretty much every single day in the past month. So yeah, I'm excited to see how much further this will go. I initially was thinking this would only take me a month or two to use up, but there is so much more product in here than I initially thought. So once I move this out of this container and into a different pot, I think it'll be a lot easier to guesstimate. So I'll probably be doing that maybe sometime this month, maybe by next month's update, we'll see. But I'm really enjoying this so far. I have the color Warm Macadamia. Unfortunately for Catrice items, you can only buy them on their website now, which I don't love. I think you can also maybe find some of them on Amazon, I'm not sure. But yeah, so that is the first item update for this month. The next item I'm going to talk about is the bronzer that I have been working on. I've been working on the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil bronzer. I have the medium deep color. This is a mini size that I believe I bought at like Marshalls or TJ Maxx years and years and years ago. And I'm so excited I finally hit pan this month. I've been really enjoying using this. I was kind of getting a little wary last month when I was like, geez, I feel like the layer is so thin. How have I not hit pan yet? And then literally like 2 days after I filmed my update video, I hit pan and just have been slowly working my way to expand the pan ever since. I still think this has a number of months of use left in it, and I'm okay with that. It's just interesting to know that even though this is a mini size product, it can take months and months and months and months to use up, even if this is the only thing that you're using consistently every single day. So my hopes were that I would finish this maybe by summertime so that I could roll in maybe a slightly deeper bronzer shade. I'm not sure if I'll be able to make that happen, but I'm excited now that I have pan. Going forward, it'll be much easier to visually track the progress on this product. The next item, I'm going to have to insert a picture of where I'm at right now with the progress on it because I started taking it to work. It's the Buxom Plumping Lip Gloss in the shade Kimberly. I took it to work and kind of have been leaving it on my desk because I was thinking that I would be more likely to kind of reapply and use it up quicker if I had it there. I'm thinking I might need to change that strategy a little bit because at the end of the day, I oftentimes forget it at work, which is what I did for this weekend, which is why I don't have it with me. So then that's, 2 days of the weekend that I'm not using the product. So I might need to start keeping it in my purse instead of at my desk at work to just kind of make sure I always have it on hand and get more use out of it. But I did make some progress on it this month, not as much as the previous month, unfortunately, which again is why I'm thinking I might need to change that tactic of where I'm storing it to get more use. But I am able to draw a new line. And again, this one, I'm hoping to have this rolled out in the next 2 months. I think that that's realistic based on the progress that I made in the previous 2 months. So we will just see how that goes as we keep moving forward. I do like the color of this. I will say it's a little too light and like milky for me of what I prefer, but I'm enjoying it as a topper. The plumping factor, you can still feel that even though this product is a number of years old at this point, but I'm kind of ready to get it out of my collection once I use it up. I found that the plumping formula of the Buxom glosses is maybe a little too intense for me. But I'm happy to use it up and get my money's worth and then kind of move on to trying out some different plumping formulas once that happens. The next item in my project pan is from my Hourglass Ambient Lighting Trio. It's the middle shade. These two I used up in the previous year's project pan. I can also link that playlist below. So I'm making progress. The pan has definitely expanded since last time. This is definitely a slow going product though. I don't use a ton of it every single day. What I've been using, or what I've been doing to use it, is I'll take a small eyeshadow brush and kind of dip in, and that's what I'll use to highlight my brow bone every day. And then I'll take a big fluffy brush and just kind of lightly dust the top and then just kind of sweep that over my face as a finishing powder. So I'm not using a ton of product every single time that I use it, but the progress is definitely slow and steady. I will try to put up a comparison photo from last month so that you can see the difference in the pan size. And I am definitely committed and understanding that this is probably going to take me all of 2023 to use up, especially if I keep going at this pace. And I'm okay with that because at the end, if I do successfully use it up, I will have used an entire face palette, which I have never done before. But I am really enjoying this and kind of rediscovering my love for the Hourglass powders, so I can definitely see myself purchasing maybe a single version of one of these once this palette is completely used up. Finally, it's time to share the empty, which I don't think is going to be that much of a surprise based on where we were in last month's update. It is the Kosas Cloud Set Powder. I had the shade Breezy. This is completely gone. So you can see this is a terracotta pan with the circles. I had last month had it maybe a couple, 3 or 4 circles out and just had what was left around the rim, and it really didn't take me many more uses to finish this up. I really enjoyed this powder. I know I've said it a million times before. I know that Kosas products, since they're clean products, have been known to expire quicker or start to have smells, or they don't perform the same after a very short period of time. I did not experience that with this, but I think part of it was because I knew that going in. So I think using it in the time frame that it's good and not expired and meant to be used in is what makes this product perform really well. So I can definitely see myself repurchasing this in the future, especially in the same shade. It was a really good match. I really feel like this powder did wonders for like when I would set my makeup at the end. It just really made it kind of look more airbrushed and soft and flawless, and I definitely have been missing that in the powders that I have in my collection now. So I can see maybe after I use up a couple more powders, I would want to repurchase this maybe closer in the fall. I know summer's coming, so I might get a little more tan, and then this color wouldn't work for me. So I don't want to buy something and then have it sit in my collection all summer and not able to use it, especially a product that has been known to expire quicker. So with that being said, since I used this up, which was pretty soon after last month's update, I decided to go ahead and roll in another face powder. And I decided to roll in the Catrice Prime and Fine Mattifying Powder. I have the 00 Translucent shade, so it is just a translucent pressed powder. I feel like you can kind of see the use that I've already gotten in it. You can kind of see the rings, the imprints of the rings are starting to show through. This I've been using every single day to set my makeup, just the same as I did with the Kosas powder. Definitely don't get the same effect. It is a translucent powder, where this I feel like did provide a slight bit more coverage, which I enjoyed and I'm now missing. But this is a really nice translucent powder that is inexpensive. Again, as I said earlier with the concealer, the only unfortunate thing with Catrice products is that they are no longer sold at Ulta. So I did order these online a number of months ago. So that's why I'm kind of trying to use them up at this point, because I just don't think it's realistic for myself or a typical makeup buyer to want to order specific products off a specific brand's website rather than being able to purchase them at like an Ulta or Target. But this is the progress where we're starting. There's been maybe like 2 weeks of use on this already, and the fact that I'm already seeing the rings start to show through makes me think that I could potentially have this powder done by maybe like June or July, which hopefully maybe it would be sooner, but we'll just see how the progress grows when I update next month. So that is my complete update for my Project Pan for the month of March. I'm excited that I used up another product and can add that now to my empties bin. Stay tuned for next week's video. I'm going to be posting my first quarter of the year, so January through March, of all makeup and beauty empties that I've collected during that time period. So that's going to be any skincare I've used up, makeup, hair care, any beauty type items, self-care items that I've collected and want to share my thoughts on. So that will be next week's video. Thank you so much for watching. Give this video a thumbs up. Please subscribe if you want to stay up to date and see all of my project panning videos in the future. And I will talk to y'all next week. Bye.